put you back on here. And ladies and gentlemen, that's right. We are live on here on Twitch, on YouTube. Our new episode of New Music Inferno is going to begin now. And let me bring in our guest all the way from being just at Louder Than Life, all the way coming to Vegas in 16 days. You can see these guys open up for Sayison on the 18th at Backstage Bar and Billiards. And I'm happy to have him here, and I know he's glad to be here. I guess. I hope he is.
Yes.
He is. The one, the only lead downer of the band Lowlives with us right now, live on Twitch, live on YouTube for New Music Inferno. And Lee, congratulations. I mean, you got to survive the weather down with Louder Than Life this past weekend. How was that experience, real quick?
It was fun. No, it was a fucking nightmare. Luckily, we got to play because it was only cancelled the day before.
Yeah, Friday got cancelled, and you guys got to play Saturday.
Yeah, we just played in the rain all day and got fucking drenched all day long. But it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Any bands you catch? Any performances that resonate with you there?
We were like pretty in and out fast because we were with Sayison in Chicago the night before.
Yeah.
We had to start driving straight after the show. And because we were on early at Louder Than Life, we got 3.5 hours sleep in a hotel room.
Oh, damn.
It. Then carry on driving, got there, loaded up, played the show, did some press, ate some food. I could hear the end of Filter and Sleeping with Sirens, because we know Kellen.
Yeah, Kellen's a good dude. Kellen's a good dude for sure.
Man, that was almost it. I could hear bands. Didn't see any bands.
It's all good. That's all good. I mean, honestly, it sucks that Friday got canceled because of the weather. I know Chris Jericho was having a little fun on his Instagram and his socials while the weather was affecting their sets and all that. But luckily, everyone was safe and sound, and no one got injured on Friday from the weather. So, so anyone out there in the chat, by the way, you guys can answer questions to Lee as well. If you guys have any questions, let us know in the chats. Twitch and YouTube. But Lee, this new album, Freaking Out, it came out earlier this year, man. Amazing stuff. I told my friends about this band last night, and he was like, you guys have a lot of influence of like Alice in Chains. Is that true or no?
Yeah, very Alice in Chains. We're like fucking 90s grunge kids, so like that's the stuff we grew up on, like, well, slightly later because we missed that kind of era. We were like Silverchair and Bush and Stone Temple Pilots and stuff like that. So I think that shines through in no matter what we write because it's just what we loved as kids. So
yeah, but in my honest opinion,
one of the best.
Your stuff is good. Your guys' stuff is good music, and that's why I was like, when I found out about the band, when I was through a friend, we already talked about that off air, but yeah, I was like, this is gonna be a great project. I think you guys have what it takes to bring back that sound, and because that sound can resonate with people through growing up with it. I mean, Pearl Jam was one of my favorite bands, and I got to see them for the second time finally again this year. But the 90s grunge, the 90s rock, like Bush and Stone Temple Pilots, I mean, these kids that love that music need to now, like, say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is the style. I mean, you could be the future of that genre because the old heads in that genre are dying off, and, we need, a predecessor,
Yeah, all the guys in those bands are dead.
Well, not all of them.
Crazy.
Not all of them, but they're getting older, or their dads, or they're, we're like 30-somethings and 40-somethings now. So why not make it an effort to still ignite a flame that's still there in the music industry? I mean, that rock music. I mean, rock music needs that, and we have you guys to thank for that. To continue on, because I think. I mean, you seem like, and I know from like just like looking at you guys in the band, and also knowing one of the members, that you guys are never going to leave the music industry in one short or fashion. You want to be there. You want to make music because it's your life. And what got you started? Like, what got you started in the industry? Like, what was like that defining moment that you knew you were going to be a musician?
I think it's just what I've always wanted to do. Like when I was a kid, I played a lot of football, soccer for you Americans, and then like as soon as I got to like middle school and high school, it was like my dad. It sounds insanely cliche, but it was like hearing my dad play Nirvana was just like, what in the fuck is this? Because like my dad's like a rocker anyway, so before that it was like Rolling Stones and Dire Straits and stuff like that. But hearing like punk kind of stuff for the first time, that was what made me go, right, okay, this is what I was going to do. Like I literally quit playing football, played guitar and smoked weed all day, and then yeah, and then just that's all I've ever wanted to do. It's all I know. That's the one thing every time we get interviewed about stuff, it's like, oh, have you got any other hobbies apart from being in a band and playing music? I'm like, I really don't. I don't care about anything else. It's all I care about. So yeah, no matter what we do, we'll always be playing music. It's so weird. You don't want to be like,
I love it though. We're lifers. I mean, honestly, I'm always gonna want to be doing music interviews with members of bands because I like to see that they're full-heartedly like, this is their career path. This is what they want to do. And Lee, hearing that, like, with what I said and what you said about the grunge era, that's could have been a dying breed. That could have been a dying breed of music, but there's kids out there and 30-somethings and 40-somethings that want to be in bands, that want to kind of like be the predecessors to their 50-something, 60-something rockers that are still out there doing it. So whatever age you are, I don't know how old you are, Lee, but to being that you, like, Nirvana made that moment, and the punk records that you listened to because your dad and everybody else that maybe influenced your music by here's listen to this, Lee, listen to like your best friends or whatever. But also being that you quit football, soccer, like you said, to do this, which, I mean, hell, you could be in the MLS, you could be like the next Messi for all that matter. You never know. I mean, but you're the next, rock artist that's going to win a Grammy down the line. I mean, that's not, I mean, not everybody wants to win a Grammy, but that's...
Oh, I'd love to win a Grammy.
I would too, but that's never going to happen because I'm not a musician. But my wife says a band after my heart. So she says hello in the chat. She's listening in. Danya, what's going on? Thank you for listening in. And everyone else who's out there, this is Lee from Lowlives. So
hello.
If you guys want to ask any questions, like I said, please do. But Lee, like this, I mean, honestly, have you, like, what's your best part of being on the road? I mean, you're coming to Vegas on the 18th. Have you been here personally before?
Yeah, a few times. I was in a band previously. We were based in England. We were called The Defiled. We used to tour the States quite a lot as well. So we played, I almost think I might have played this venue before. Is it like on Fremont Street?
Yes, it's on Fremont, yes.
And is it like opposite that, like, Heart Attack? You know, the place?
Well, no, okay, so it's down the street from the Heart Attack Grill. Yes, I know where that is. The way they had the scale, you have to be at least 350 pounds to eat free. But no, it's right across the street from El Cortez, the casino, which is right there. So it's like right down the street. But you're right down the street from Heart Attack Grill, so I know exactly where you're talking about.
Okay.
But that's awesome. I mean, honestly, what, being able to come back to Vegas again with this new project, what is your favorite part of Vegas then? Like, what did you like the most, and what do you want to maybe experience this time around, maybe? Because you're in a busy weekend too. I don't know if you're going to be here all weekend, but that is When We Were Young festival weekend as well.
Yeah, that's why I say it's in there.
Yeah,
we might hang around for the festival, see a few friends and stuff. Favorite part of Vegas? I've been to Vegas many times. I went for New Year's Eve once. That was fun as fuck.
That's what made me fall in love with the city. My wife and I moved out here 10 years ago because we came out here for New Year's Eve 2013 and 2014. I was like, you know what, this would be perfect to come here and make this more successful. And it kind of was in the beginning, but like life got in the way and crazy other shit. Pennsylvania. Okay. So I'm an East Coaster. But I'm out here on the West Coast, and I miss my family a lot. Lots going on. Maybe move back in probably next year. But not before April because I want to go to WrestleMania, which is out here. I'm a big wrestling nerd. I'm sorry. But let's get down to the business. We're here to talk about the music as well, Lee, because honestly, that's what it's all about. That's why you're here, because your music, and because I thoroughly like it, and I know the fans out there love it, and they want to come see you, and they're coming to see you on the 18th, and maybe their first time. So, uh, what song you want to start off with for the fans out there, and maybe the new listeners of Lowlives? What song you want to play off the record?
I always, whenever people are like, "What does your band sound like?" I always play them a song called "Hey You." That's kind of like our favorite song within the band. It's not from this new record. It's from what would have been the record before.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that one. It's kind of slightly Deftonesy in places, but still super grunge. So we still
Okay.
play that one live. It's fun to play.
So it's called. Let me get down here. Hey you. I'm trying to find. Let me just type it in. Jeez, that would be easier instead of trying to look through the records on.
Yeah, we released it as just a single.
Okay.
Right when the pandemic was just
Yep.
about.
Yep, got it right here. I was like, wait a minute. I knew it came out here like 4 years ago. I'm like, shit. That pandemic, I mean, that killed us all. I mean, but now we're all trying to work back into living life, but we still rock it. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Hey You from Low Lives. So let's get to it right now. Right there, Hey You by Lowlives, and we are back with Lee. And I tell you what, I was like listening to the record the other day, freaking out, and I could like, I'm like, I don't know if I want to really pinpoint any of the bands like the '90s bands that we said, but I just feel that you guys have your own touch to it. You guys have it. You have that sound, the '90s sound, the '90s grunge sound, but it has your feel to it, and it does it. It has those mixtures of Alice in Chains and Nirvana, like you said.
Yeah.
But who gives a fuck? It's you guys. It's what you guys put out and what we love. Like
Yeah,
I know,
I
like go ahead, because it's like
I agree.
go ahead. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that you have those touches. That you have the dash of Nirvana, the dash of Alice in Chains, dash and Stone Temple Pilots. It's 2024. It is Lowlives. It is what you have. It's not like hey, we carbon copied a fucking band. No, it's your sound, and I know like a lot of people are enjoying it. You've seen the reviews. You've seen people commenting and messaging you probably throughout the release of this record. So what's the next step? I mean, honestly, you're constantly writing. I can tell in your head, Lee. Like you're just like, I want to get more music out because honestly, look at the string of the 4 years. You put out that EP, those 2 songs. You put out another song in 2021 and all that other stuff. Now you're here in 2024 with the full record. What's next for 2025?
Well,
I mean,
we sat on that record for quite a long time.
Yeah.
We've pretty much got another record ready to release. We're just kind of finishing off all the demos right now. So we're going to go and record that as soon as we possibly can, probably early next year if we can source it out. We're going to do that. We obviously have these shows coming up and then the Aftershock Festival. And then we kind of need to get back to England pretty stat because we just did a tour of Alkaline Trio. And then before that, like a couple months before that, we did some shows with Atreyu and we did Download Donington Festival. So yeah, we'll be going back for sure. We'll be going back to England and Europe next summer. We're just kind of working out the logistical side of it right now. So
that's awesome.
Just a lot of touring, man. We're in that like day and age now where it's like content is key, but we are not a TikTok-y Instagram band, so we're just like
I mean, honestly, look, I see all those bands like I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and every other like reel on Instagram, it's like a band that's looking for like me to add them. I'm like, what? Like, when did this come? Like, it's cool that they're doing it. I think it's a good way that they're they can't tour maybe or. Yeah. Not like people in their area are doing that style of music or whatever music they're doing, but yeah, like you guys don't need that. You guys need the radio plays. You guys need the touring because you guys have done it. You guys have been on other bands. You guys were godfathered into the I don't need the social media kind of thing because you were touring already kind of thing with bands. So I think it's a better avenue anyway. Touring, you get to meet your fans, and you get to play in cities that you've never probably have or will, But yeah, so
we just want to play like shows, man. Like you're not a musician if you don't play shows. You know what I mean? Like that's all we want to do.
So everybody out there who's looking for a rock band that just wants to play shows and will put on a great show, call Lee. And the boys in Lowlives. That's my pinpoint. That's my pinpoint there. Let's see if anybody's in the Twitch chat saying anything. No, they're just listening in like they always do. But thank you guys for listening in. As always, on the live stream and also on the archived version of this interview. So Lee, real quick, what are you listening into? What is Lee Downer from Lowlives listening into?
At the moment, there's a band, an Irish band called Fontaines DC. I've been listening to a lot of them recently. That's like the new record that I kind of got obsessed with. Previous to that is like Soul Blind, Drug Church. New Drug Church is wicked. What else is new that I've been listening to recently? Man, it's just been that Fontaines record for the last month, to be honest.
I will have to check that out. I will have to check the Fontaines DC. I'm going to put that on my Spotify right now. As you can see, I'm loading up. I can't see it.
Yeah, they're getting a bit huge right now.
Nice. Yeah, never heard of them. Well, know what? Know what? I did because one of the songs did pop up. Starbuster popped
Okay,
up
that's
in my, I guess one of my playlists, and I like that. That's the album came out in August, so check that out, guys. But before you check that out, you gotta check out Lowlives freaking out. I mean,
well,
honestly, that's why we're here. um, so like you said, you just love music. You don't really have a lot of other outside hobbies, and that's perfect. You wanna just have one centralized focus, and that's a great thing. What's like, what is your favorite like writing space? Do you have a writing space besides the studio, of course? I mean, do you
no,
have?
I basically just sit and write all day, pretty much. Like
Okay,
I work from home,
all
uh,
right,
and my job is related to music too. So I basically just sit with a guitar on my lap all day long and just play that, and then stuff comes out. So it's
okay,
kind of wow, it's the same. So basically, me and Luke do the writing for the band. Our drummer Luke,
yep,
um, he's in a similar situation. He has a little studio in his house. Um, and he just sits writing as well. So, and then because we're very spread out as a band, like me and Jackson live in California,
hmm,
and then Luke lives in Arizona, and Steve is currently in Washington State. So we get together whenever we can. Like me and Luke just send each other ideas every day, pretty much. And then once we've accumulated 10 ideas, I'll just drive to him in Arizona because it's like only 5 hours from here,
yeah,
and then we just pick from a Dropbox of loads of ideas and be like, right, these are the 5 we're going to work on for the next 5 days. So we just do it in batches, basically. So we're on to the 3rd batch for the new album. So we've got a lot of songs already.
that's good.
I think our Dropbox has got well over 100 songs in it right now. So that's kind of
That's
cool.
in this day and age, I mean, we can do that. I mean,
Yeah.
look at if you were in the '90s or the '80s, like what would be something like you guys wouldn't be in the same state. It would be like snail mailing everything.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
what the
Yeah.
fuck? It would suck. It would
It's
take
like,
it would take 5 years to write a record.
yeah, just posting each other cassette tapes.
I don't whatever think about those days and age like if that had happened like that. But we had to crawl before we had to walk. Now we're walking and doing music. I'm trying to think. Let me try to think. Let's get to another song. I mean, honestly, why not? This is what we're here for. Choose it. Go ahead, Lee. Which one do you want to play?
We have a single that just came out. It's called Loser. It's total 90. It's the most 90s song we've ever written. Yeah, it's like number 5 in Germany right now, which is kind of crazy.
Wow, number
need-
5 in Germany. That's
Need to get
awesome.
to Germany. So yeah, I would say that's the next one. So that's the latest song from the new record.
Something's wrong with you, something's wrong with me, but the pieces fit so perfectly. I wanna let you know was your loser, and I wish you were mine. They say that you're useless, a real waste of time, but I've been waiting for you my whole life. Wish I was your loser, and I wish you were mine, mine, and I wish you were mine, mine, and I wish you were mine, mine, and I wish you were.
What a straight up banger that was. That was Loser by the boys in Lowlives. We're back with Lee. I love it. You saw me jamming out. Oh, you saw me jamming out. The crowd couldn't see me, but you did. That song. I want to know, who's your loser that you wish were yours.
It's not directly, obviously I can say, can't call my wife a loser, but it's the song.
I can't call my wife a loser either, but
But the song is just, it's a love song, basically, about being, a weirdo outcast and wanting your fellow weirdo
See,
out.
what I was thinking about it when I was listening to this? This is like the 2024 version of Teenage Dirtbag by Weeders.
There we go.
Like, it's...
when we were writing that, we almost was like, is this kind of Teenage Dirtbag? Like,
Really? Are you being serious? Or you just...
Yeah.
Like...
I was like, fuck, is it that? Or is it, we were trying to push it more towards Weezer side, but there was a part of me that was like, fucking hell, is this Teenage Dirtbag?
Yeah, but it's a teenage. Honestly, I love those guys. Those guys are great people. Brendan, great dude. They just got that song that came together and worked for them. That just it made their career, made them happen. If it wasn't for that song, huh?
It was enormous.
Yeah, it was. And then look, it went into a movie with Jason Biggs. I mean, you could ask for it back in the day when Jason Biggs was that actor because of American Pie. I remember that. I mean, Jason Biggs getting, and then to see Eugene Levy's career kind of take off more after that, being that, I don't know, Eugene Levy. I mean, honestly, that's my train of thought there.
Schitt's Creek is the best.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, who'd have thought that him and, God, I can't think of her name, but the mom from Home Alone to be relevant in the 2020s. I mean, they've done 80s, they've done 90s. Now they're doing the 2000s. They were kind of relevant, but 2020s, they were that was just boom. Schitt's Creek just took off. I mean, it was on a random ass channel called Pop TV.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it started. That Schitt's Creek show wasn't that mainstream, and then all of a sudden people were like, "Oh, it's on Netflix. Let's watch it." And then,
right,
yeah,
it's like all of his family too, isn't it?
Well, is that his daughter as well? I know it's his son.
Is the woman that runs the diner.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Not his daughter in the show.
Yeah, and his son is his son in the show. Daniel, which is he's just amazing. He's doing big things as well. But yeah, it's great to see that things are going well for them. But things are going to go great for you guys on October 18th when you guys come to Vegas. I tell you what, you guys are going to have a great time opening up for Sayison at Backstage Bar and Billiards. That's one of the reasons I wanted to have you guys on here to promote that show, because honestly, I hope the crowd comes ready to rock out to you guys. You guys aren't like Sayison in a way at all, which is a cool thing, and I like that you guys are opening up and you guys have become friends with them and be able to do this. I mean, honestly, it's random, but it's good. It's good. You need that randomness in a weekend where everybody's focusing on, oh, let's go see Taking Back Sunday, or let's go see The Used, or let's go see whatever other band that's playing at the festival doing a one-off or whatever. If you guys are looking for a show that hasn't sold out yet, but it's close to it.
It's close. Yeah.
It's close. Yeah, it is. It has to be close. I feel it because it's a nice room. It's going to be a good energy. Get your weekend started off right. Because my last weekend last year, I didn't get to go to When We Were Young, but I did go to see Green Day in that same venue next to it, Fremont Country Club. Yeah, during TwitchCon weekend and when we were on, because all was happening here last year
Did they
in
do
Vegas.
all the Dookie?
Huh? Yeah,
They-
yeah. 30th tour Dookie. That was like amazing. I mean, you had Alex Cathcart from All Time Low was there. What Ryan Key was hanging out watching the show. Chris Kell from Five Finger Death Punch. They were all there hanging out watching the show,
Nice.
and it was crazy to see like we were all kids when this record came out,
Yeah.
and to see Green Day now they're like hated in Las Vegas because of the whole Las Vegas sucks.
Oh, yeah.
They're pissed off at because the A's are leaving town. Las Vegas had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Blame Fisher because he was a piece of shit for like, I'm gonna take the team away because Oakland, whatever. But we're not here to talk about that, Lee. We're not.
Yeah, I saw
Let's-
Green Day do a little tiny show in LA as well, where they did all of Dookie. It was amazing.
Oh, dude,
A couple months ago.
pretty insane to see that happen. Like that they're still around doing their thing. I mean, Billy
Sounds the
Joe.
same too. It's
No,
crazy.
because he
Literally
does sound the
gaps,
same.
No talking, just went straight through the record, and it was perfect. It was.
I want to see you guys do that. Just go straight through freaking out and no talking.
We could probably do that. We did it at rehearsals a few months back because there's certain songs on the records that we've never played live, like as a band, like in front of the public. So we were just like, maybe we should kind of make sure we have the whole record tight just in case we need to add some stuff. So I think we've got it now.
Okay. You guys are professionals. You guys got it. You got it down. So real quick, let's get to another song, and then wrap it up here with my magical question that I like to give to everybody. So, Lee, real quick before we go to the next song, which song are you choosing?
The next I would choose. It's not. Let's do one from the new record. I would say do "Freaking Out." It's the first song. It's the title track from the record. It kind of encompasses what we're about as a band. Kind of has kind of a more punky, almost like early Foo Fighters vibe to it.
Okay. So let's do this. Let me give you the question before we go to the song. So the question is, if you could give "Freaking Out" to any other band or artist in the world,
Yeah.
past, present, and have them perform it in their style and genre of music, what song what band would you do? What band would you give that to? And what song of that band would you do in the style of Lowlives?
Does it have to be a band that's not in our style?
No, it doesn't have to be. It can be any band.
I mean, if I could just give our record to anyone, it would still be Dave Grohl, even amongst all this stuff that's happening right now.
You answered them. You were already like you pre-planned the answer.
I
It
was
was like,
already there. Yeah, it's always been like people ask like, who's the ultimate band you'd ever want to support, and it's always been Foo Fighters, man.
okay.
For us, like,
Well,
just-
give us the song. Okay. So think about the song because they have a great catalog. What song of theirs will Lowlives cover? Think about that, and we'll get the answer after freaking
Okay.
out. Okay.
awesome.
So we'll give you some time. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is "Freaking Out" off the record, "Freaking Out" by Lowlives, and we'll be right back after this with more and to wrap it up with Lee. Right there, Freaking Out by the boys in Lowlives off the record, Freaking Out. And we're back with Lee. So wrap it up here. Lee, thank you so much for being here. But before we go, let's see what song of the Foo Fighters or Dave Grohl's catalog would Lowlives take. So first part was already answered before the song because Lee's smart and he had the answer already down pat in his head. So what song of the Foo Fighters or any of Dave Grohl's bands that he's been in would you want to take?
Probably there's a song off the first record. It's the last song on the record called Exhausted. That's always been my favorite Foo Fighters song. Like the guitar chords are weird and it's just like watching them play it live. Like I saw them fucking years ago as a kid and it was just insane. So I would want us to do a cover of that. It's not exactly one that many people would particularly know. But
it's a deep cut.
Yeah, it is, I guess. And then, or like a song like Weenie Beanie would be fun. Like my old band tried to cover Weenie Beanie and I just couldn't sing it. It's Grohl's scream is odd. So
well, that's the point. You're taking it and making it your own in your style, and not like, hey, let's try to sound like Foo Fighters, which is kind of tough because it's Dave. Dave has his own thing, and like you said, in with all the things that are going on with his life, like so be it, man. So be it. Like let him be him. At least he's not running for president. I mean, that's
he's the singer of a rock and roll band.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Oh, he had an affair on the road. I mean, honestly, look at all the bands that like, I don't know, just in general that shit has happened in that way. It's whatever. But Lee, real quick before you go, I'm trying to look for somebody to raid here so we can raid out here after this interview's over with you. Go ahead and tell me where they can find you guys on the World Wide Web and anything you want to say to the fans and listeners out there.
You can find us everywhere is normally at Lowlives, which was a real ball ache to get. But yeah, check out the new records. Come see some show. Come to the Vegas show. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Come to that show. Be there.
We're doing that. We're also doing one we'll announce in the next couple, I think, maybe tomorrow. We're going to be doing a show in California with Sayerson as well, which will be really good. And then we're doing Aftershock Festival in Sacramento like a week before.
Yeah, October 11th, October 12th, 13th. That weekend. I know. I saw the lineup. I'm like, Lowlives is playing that. Lowlives is coming here to Vegas. Aftershock's gonna be huge. You guys are gonna be like you're probably hopefully. I mean, honestly, you don't have to go right away. Go home.
Yeah. This time we should be able to stay for a little bit
and catch up with some friends. I mean, honestly, that's what these festivals are all about. I mean, yeah, it's for the bands to rock out to fans and gain new fans. It's also the camaraderie that you guys get behind the scenes with your friends that are in other bands.
Yeah.
Who are you most excited? I mean, honestly, look, you said Kellen, of course, in Sleeping with Sirens. But what other bands are you excited for, real quick, to hang out with maybe again?
I really wish that we stayed around to watch Mastodon last week because they did all of Leviathan, which I was obsessed with that record. I was also gutted we were on the same time as Local H, and I've always liked that band.
They're playing here next week, and I'm going to the show. Yeah, they're playing at Synwave. I actually just had Local H on the show 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
He's a good geezer. I've heard he's a good geezer.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Definitely. Some great music, and I asked him about the song Eddie Vedder because that's like the first song I heard about through when I was growing up. You know, with that era, being that it's like I was like 10 years old maybe when that song came out or something like that.
What did he say?
He said it's not a hate song about Eddie. That's a good thing because I'm like, oh, I'm like, is it a hate song about Eddie? It's like, no, it's not. And he's excited to come to Vegas. I mean, he always loves it here. And I know you guys are going to love it here too on the 18th. But Lee, I want to thank you again for being here. I don't know who to rate out. I really don't care. I was looking for a talk show and I couldn't find really anything that was like music related. Everything was else like other topics, and I really don't like delve into those. So, Lee, have a great rest of your day. Stay safe over there in California. Have a safe trip to Aftershock next weekend. send my love to the boys in the band, and I hope to be there on the 18th. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, let us know if you want to come. We can sort this.
I have to work that night, but I know if it's. I know you don't know what time you play yet, and
Right.
that's a stupid question to ask because it's like, no, it's fucking
I never know with
16.
Vegas.
It's 16 days away. How the fuck do I know what time do we go on?
You never know with Vegas if it's going to be like a 5 o'clock show or it's going to be a 2 a.m. show. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hope you guys get to stay the weekend as well because honestly, you guys can go to When We Were Young probably and catch up with all.
We have a lot of friends at that festival.
Yeah, dude, that festival's insane. I want to go this year. I'm looking for a cheap ticket because I'm not spending $350 for somebody's ticket that's not coming because they bought it and the emergency came up and it's a fucking scam on Facebook or whatever. I'll wait till like the day or two before and hopefully get a $150 ticket, maybe somehow. I don't know, but we'll see. But Lee, have a great rest of your day. We will talk to you soon, hopefully, and like you said, I will try to make it out the 18th, and we'll see what happens.
All right, amazing, man. Thank you for having me.
No problem, Lee. Have a good night, and we're gonna send it off to our boy Man Cave Hawkeye. He's over there playing football like he always does. But everybody, go check out Lee and Lowlives. Their new record out now, which is called Freaking Out, and we're gonna go over to Man Cave Hawkeye right now. So, love you guys, and 1 minute. We'll be off the air, and let's go now to Man Cave. Boom!